And as far as like if it's rain or shine, we didn't really have any contingency plans as far as that goes. We were just content with the fact that we're gonna run either way. I mean, there was nothing that was gonna stop the run. Everything was mapped out, so we had to get the start line mapped out. We had to get the 1K marker mapped out and the 2K marker just to give people kind of, a sense of achievement as they were going through, and also the actual starting point. So we started the day off quite early on that Saturday morning. It was probably like maybe 3:30 or 4 a.m. Every addition to the clothing, the bib, the pins, the tape, it was just building and building and building. So you can see that the event was, The 3 and the 5K first annual Harvest Hustle Run came about when Ryan and Maia sat down for our first meeting before the run club in the late summer. Maia mentioned, it'd kind of be cool if we actually were ramping up toward a 5K. A 5K run would be a good idea. So from that time, it was born. We were just trying to figure out, well, how can we start to build capacity it was just the run club only that was going to be doing this 3 or this 5K run. But it turned out that over the course of the summer and over the course of the training between the 5 a.m. club training, sandbags, and the other supplementary training that we do here at White Lion Strong Gym, everybody just kind of rose up with the ability to be able to complete a 3 or a 5K run. So it started off with the idea, but everybody was already training in a way that they would be able just to pick up either the 3 or the 5K, which is interesting because in a facility with so many different classes, it's great to see that people are able to take their skills, their muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance, and overall like grit and resilience, and transport that from a very controlled environment in one of their training sessions that they do here and take it out and do a 3 or a 5K. So that's how the 5K and the 3K came to be, and that's kind of the training that led to it. Yeah, the mapping out of the course and actually the creation of the course and the distances, the loop, was done by Ryan and Maia. Ryan and Maia put together the course. They tested it out on a couple of different occasions. So they put the idea onto the map, literally mapped it out, and then that's how we were able to get that course together, was through their coordination, their efforts, and also their practice run that they did with it. We wanted to be sure that it would be able to be done regardless of the weather. And as far as like if it's rain or shine, we didn't really have any contingency plans as far as that goes. We were just content with the fact that we're gonna run either way. I mean, there was nothing that was gonna stop the run. When we did our last trial run, when Maia and I went out, because I wanted to get a good sense of like the loops that we were doing in the actual course, and Maia asked me, she said, well, what if there's someone using the field? I'm like, I don't think so. So we didn't actually plan for the cricket game that was happening on the day. So we didn't plan for the cricket or the soccer because I wasn't too convinced that anything of those calibers would be happening, because generally we have like maybe a soccer practice in the middle of the field, but not a full-blown cricket game or a soccer game. So we didn't plan for it, but it went very well nonetheless. Yeah, we had to be sure that everything was mapped out. So we had to get the start line mapped out. We had to get the 1K marker mapped out and the 2K marker just to give people kind of, a sense of achievement as they were going through, and also the actual starting point. So we started the day off quite early on that Saturday morning. It was probably like maybe 3:30 or 4 a.m. chalking out the roads, making sure all the markers were in place. We also had Lester made up some sweet signs with some arrows pointing out the direction of the runners when they were coming off of Lindale onto Cromwell. So we had those signs made up on the Friday. We had one of them put up on the Saturday morning. We had the other one put up later on. When I went out initially on Saturday morning, I didn't anticipate that I knew it was going to be dark, but I didn't anticipate that we wouldn't be able to see the reflector poles. So as I was running around the bowl in the morning, I realized I couldn't see if they were going to be in a straight line or not. So I just abandoned that effort. So I put in a couple, put the sign up, did the chalking, and then left it until we got there after the start of the race. Yeah, the setup of the event, we had to first of all conceive the idea, map out the route, test the route, think about any other sort of supplies we needed. The reflector sticks were a bit of a last minute idea, but I think it was able to keep people on the inside of the bowl so they wouldn't be, straying off too far. The arrow signs for direction, and then the running bibs. Actually, one of our conversations, I think someone said it would be cool if we had little running bibs. So sure, why not? So we worked together to create the design for it. And then I wanted to have a quality of running bib that wouldn't break down to the elements. Well, what if it rains? What if we sweat too much? What if it rips? What if it tears? I wanted to have something that could be durable, weather resistant, sweat resistant, and something that you could keep for a long time. It's not going to fade with time. So we were able to come up with a really cool idea of putting on a really durable material, really heavy. I tried pushing a pin through it and the pin actually bent. So it's that tough. And it's going to last for a long time. For many people that came, it was their first kind of structured run. So I know they're going to have that for a long time. So yeah, the race bibs were, the design was fantastic. The quality was great. And we had it done here at a local print shop. So yeah, they definitely delivered. And it was a really nice addition to the run, because having a good souvenir that's going to last a long time is going to be memorable. I think the first one to show up was Justin. So we gave him his race bib, and that's when we figured out that the bibs were so thick that the pin would break or the pin would bend. So we handed it out, person by person when they came in, put it in their hand, gave them the pins. We also made sure that each one of the participants had reflector tape on the back of their shirts, not knowing what the overall visual situation would be like on the road. Having some reflector tape on there was just another way of being sure that everyone that was participating was safe. So Jordan and I made sure that everybody had reflector tape put on their back. Everybody had a little chain of 4 safety pins and their pinnies as we handed them out. So yeah, it was nice to see the excitement of people getting the race bib, putting it on, helping each other out, putting it on, watching all the tape go on. You can just see that every addition to the clothing, the bib, the pins, the tape, it was just building and building and building. So you can see that the event was, gaining momentum as soon as they walked in the door from the first handout of what they got, and they put it on themselves. And then, we got together, we introduced the event, introduced the organizers, why we did it, how we did it. And it was really well attended. And we had, 21 people in that event, which was fantastic, because that was, I got one more penny, because I was like, maximum 20 registrants, let's get 21. And so we did actually use all 21. So we had 21 people come through, and it was one of the best attended events, our first running event. So it was nice to see that so many people were able to, step up, do very well, and encourage each other all the way along. You'll see that, people were pumping each other up. They had little running buddies, running with each other, keeping the energy high. And yeah, it was really great to see. So yeah, having people wear those race bibs, it's just this is a real thing. I'm really actually doing a structured run. So I think in my mind, it kind of solidifies that what you're doing is a real thing. You've been able to complete a structured run course, timed, and do very well at it. So congratulations.